because sometimes folks like it if I record the session. So if you want to watch it again, you can do that as well. I'm using RPR every day as a real estate professional. Again, it's a great program, it's a great product, and we're going to focus on a successful buyer's tour preparation. So here's the scenario I'm going to kind of lay out for you. You've just received a call from, let's say, an anxious buyer, and they've been looking at homes online for weeks. In fact, according to the NAR study, most buyers will spend about 10 weeks online looking at properties. So they've got a good idea what they can afford, and of course they've got a long list of criteria for the perfect home. And after spending some time talking with them, I want you to schedule some time to show them properties they're interested in. So we're really going to kind of go out and take a look at some properties they might be interested in. And as I tell most of my folks, I'm using RPR probably more as much or more than my MLS. So if I got this call today, you can see here on the main screen, we've got a number of features. We just added a for lease area. It just came out last week on the home screen, but I want to focus on for sale. So we're going to focus on properties for sale. And I'm just going to type in Phoenix, and you can see that it auto-populates. Now, you would type in the name of your community or zip code, and I could run a search here. Now, I could look for a specific price range. Let's say they're looking between 175 and 200,000. And let's also determine that they need at least 4 bedrooms. Got a large family and a minimum of 2 bathrooms. Notice I've been able to do that search right here. I could also do an advanced search here on the right and actually drill down. So if they said if this was an investor and they like to do rentals, but they want 4-bedroom homes and 2 bathrooms because they can get more rent and they're looking for foreclosure homes, I could go down here and unselect non-distressed, unselect pending, and now I can just search foreclosures. Or if we want to continue to leave everything in the mix, I could also search by square footage. Perhaps they want a square footage. So you can see there's lots of options that we can search for. Now, one of the really cool things we've done with RPR is the ability to type in keywords. So, for example, if they wanted a swimming pool, I could type in the word pool, and we just added the ability that RPR will also search if you include apostrophes, various symbols in between here. So I can search up to several items. I could search for hot tub, tub, a swimming pool, hot tub, and some other key features. Now, we may not find anything because we've really narrowed down here, but let's just run a search. And we'll see if there's anything in Phoenix between 175 and 200 with a swimming pool and a hot tub, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and more. I don't think we will find anything, but I could be surprised. The purpose of this exercise was to show you that you can search for key features and items through RPR, very similar to your MLS. So it's going to take it just a minute because Phoenix is a big area, and we put some parameters in there, and it's kind of searching through all of the keywords and some other things, but we'll see if we get any results after a few seconds here. And I was afraid we wouldn't find anything. But I think you get the idea. When you have a buyer come in, you can begin to start doing some specific searches. Now, I'm going to go out here to advanced, and this time I'm going to clear the keywords, and I'm going to put any for square footage, and I'm going to do a search oops, we got to put the neighborhood in. So I'm going to type in Phoenix again, and we'll run another search. Now again, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, between 175 and 200 might be a challenge to find something out there. Let's just take a look and see what happens, because I want to show you that if we don't get any results, and I could have done this on the last screen and I probably should have, but I wanted to go back and just show you from doing a basic search from the home screen. If we don't get enough results, in this case we got 87 properties. Now notice that I can sort these. I'm right here where my mouse is. I can sort these by most expensive, recently updated, or I could even sort these, this is a brand new feature, by days active in RPR. Maybe we just want to see the most recent properties, or we want to know how long have some of these properties been in RPR. So that's one of the choices we can do. But if you'll notice, I had several choices there from the most recent that have been added in RPR to the most expensive, least expensive. Now, why did I do this? Well, if I'm working as a buyer's agent, I might basically want to try to look at properties that have been around on the market for a little bit, because maybe those might be a better opportunity. I know some people may say, hey, that's day-old bread, or that's stale bread. It's been around for a while. But that seller might be more motivated if I'm looking at some of those properties that have been sitting on the market that still could be in a good area. And you and I are both real estate professionals. We know that sometimes it's those houses that just need to be painted, cleaned up, staged, and they can really be a good investment at a good value. But let's take a look here. We have 87 properties, and let's say we want to go down now and change anything. I can do that on the left-hand side. So see how I have these options along the left-hand side as well as my keywords. Now if I want to type in pool, I can rerun the search and see what this 87 number drills down to. So you have lots of choices along the left-hand side to change bedrooms, living square feet, a price, bathrooms. You can look at lot size. You can change the types of properties, the time frame. We can add keywords and several other features. So as it pulls up here, we'll see what we come up with if any of these properties have a pool with them, and we have 15. So I can actually pull up one of these properties to look at it, and I could save this property if I want to save this right here so that I have this available when I'm out showing and working with buyers. Now, what's really great about, since I've pulled this property up, if I go back to the home screen, this is going to be one of my recent searches, and I'll show you in a minute. This will also coordinate with my mobile phone so that the recent searches are there as well. So a couple of key takeaways here. Remember, you can sort your search results by several options. So we can sort our search results by several options. We can change criteria on the left-hand side. And also from the home screen, we have the advanced search where we can put in some special parameters. But all of those parameters carry over here on the left. So what I normally like to do is do a basic search from the home screen and then drill down by using the left-hand side of the bar where I can filter my results. You hit apply, RPR will give you your list, and then you can sort that accordingly. Now, one other thing we want to look at before we move into the mobile side of this is the ability to go into the mapping, and I think you're going to really like this as well. Here we are in Phoenix, Arizona, big area. I want to kind of drill down into a neighborhood. Now notice I'm using, there's a plus and a minus arrow over here on the side. So I can begin to drill down into a neighborhood. I can change this neighborhood to several different views over on the right. So I've got the option to change that. I can put some points of interest on the map. So if I want to put libraries or hotels or various items so that my buyers can see what's in that area, I can begin to place those on the map. So I'm going to, those are actually, here's an education. You can see a school. And I can come over here and say, where's the post offices? And it will put those on. So I have the ability to add points of interest. I can also begin to take a look at the area by sorting it in various neighborhoods. If I zoom out, look what happens to my show geographics. I can now begin to sort by school districts, but I can sort by zip codes, census tracts, cities. And normally I like to explain to folks that the further you zoom out, the more search material, the more uh, geographies you have that you can show. Naturally, I'm zoomed in pretty tight now, so we're only going to be able to look at a couple of items. But if I zoom out, I now start to get more options to sort from. I zoom out a little bit further. Now I'm able to search by school districts. So this is totally your choice, and you can do this as you please. Now I want to show you a couple of really interesting things here. Let's say we want to search by drive time. Let's say our buyer works here at the hospital, and I think we put a school on here somewhere, but they work here at the hospital. And let's say the hospital is right here in this corner, right there. So I'm going to select drive time, and I'm going to put my pointer right where the hospital is. He or she has to be able to get to the hospital within 15 minutes. Now, I can do this by various days of the week. Let's say they're a doctor and they just work weekends. I can search by 15 minutes on Saturday AM based on the information we have within RPR. I can also search by distance. So let's say that in fact, I have this example where I'm working with a fireman who has to be within 5 miles of the local fire department. So I can actually search these by miles and get another direction as well. One other thing I'll mention on drive time, which is kind of interesting, let's say the school's here, college, university, and your customer client, the parents want their child to be able to walk to school within 10 minutes, or perhaps they're okay to have a 30-minute walk. Well, now I can begin to look and search by walking by the day of the week. I can also search by driving, day, and time of the week. Some really great features there. Now, if we want to, I'm going to come back over here to my map. If I want to do normal searching, I can also draw searches around the neighborhood. And now I can search right within this neighborhood. So it's going to pull up a list of properties and place the pins right on the map. And then I can go and search within that. There's no search results in that area. It's right down below. So let's draw a box this time. And this time, let's just draw a pretty big box. And we're searching that area. It might still be looking at my parameters that I had for the one, and in fact, it is. So I'm going to go back to the home screen, and I'm going to search Scottsdale, Arizona. It was still searching 175 to 200,000, 4 bedrooms, two baths, and it was searching with a pool in that neighborhood that I was searching around. That's why we weren't getting any results. But let's do this. So I'm in Scottsdale, Arizona. This time I'm just going to draw a box around this little area right here. And now if I search in that area, I can probably get some results. Oh, it's telling me I have no results. That's like technology. Don't panic. We will go back to the home screen. It's still, I need to clear out I need to clear all of this out. So let me just, and we'll go to the advanced and clear any keywords we have there. And now we're going to type in Scottsdale. As Steve Martin would say, hey kids, we're having fun now, right? Okay, we'll try this again. What's the old computer saying? Garbage in, garbage out, right? So now I'm going to just do a box search here, and we should get some results down below. And you can see we have 4,291. Now let me show you something I've been doing that I think is really cool. So I'm going to reset the map. I'm going to drill in here a little closer. And for fun, I'm going to just find a little area that I want to show you here. So let's say you want to farm this area. So I'm going to select polygon. We have box, radius, polygon. And I'm going to start right here. And I don't know if you heard that, but Siri thought I was talking. Siri thought I was talking to, my phone thought I was talking to it. I have that happen occasionally. So I'm down here drawing a map around this subdivision. And now I want to save this. And I'm going to call this Scottsdale, okay? Now I've saved that. I can go on and search inside Scottsdale, and you can see there's 9 properties in this subdivision. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the home screen, and I'm going to go to saved right over here on the left. I'm going to come down to custom area, and I have my Scottsdale area. From here, I have the 9 properties. I want to go up to reports. And notice I have market activity reports already chosen. I want the last month. Now, all of these boxes come checked. I like to uncheck expired and open houses. And now I'll run the report. I can go on and work in RPR, but watch what happens when, let me just get another, watch what happens when I create this report. I can put this on my website. I'll show you what I'm doing. So if I wanted to go to Market Reports, Farmington Market Report, here's my report that I used and created in Flip Builder. And you're going to see that I've created a digital magazine that I can share on my social media. I can print it. When I share it on social media, people are coming right to my website. I can capture leads. I can tell them what's going on in the neighborhood, and it's all done in a digital format. Now the report's done. That was an actual neighborhood report. Here's what the market activity report looks like. And so it's a very attractive report. It's got all of the statistics and information going on for that specific area. It's showing all the price changes in that subdivision, market activity, and now you can go and send out emails and postcards, drive customers from that neighborhood to their subdivision report, and you can become the expert for that area and hopefully win more business and get new listings. So there are some really cool things you can do with RPR and the ability to create reports, and more specifically, to dive into some neighborhoods and use those map tools to do some awesome things that will position you and leverage you to be the expert real estate professional. So we've kind of covered here how this is just a 30-minute webinar. We have 5 minutes left, but I want to recap what we've covered so far, and then I'm going to show you how we can take this information, because remember, we're preparing for a successful buyer's presentation tour. So we've been able to go out and search for properties on the For Sale tab. We know we can go into the Advanced tab and change any of these parameters here, but we also know we can just do a real generic search, and we can drill down by go in here to a zip code, and I can just search a zip code right out of the gate, get my properties, see what's going on in that zip code here, and then on the left-hand side, I can say, they're just really looking for something between, we'll think big, 1 million and 2 million. Okay. We've got to think big, right? And we can add keywords. We can change anything on the fly over here. I can hit the apply button at the bottom, or I can hit the apply button at the top. There may not be anything in this zip code. No, there's 42 properties. And boom, we can say, this is the property I think they want to look at. And from right here, I'll save that property, and I'm going to have that ability now to have that saved, and it's going to be connected with my phone. Now we're out in the field, so I want to jump down here. We're out in the field, and this is what the mobile app looks like when you turn it on. It's really a cool app. It's going to know where you are, and it's going to bring up the properties, in this case within 1 mile radius of where I'm standing GPS. Now notice in the bottom right corner, all my saved properties are there. So I can click on that, and all of the properties I've saved for my buyer tour are right there. Now I'm ready to go with my buyers. We're going to go out and look at properties. I've got all the properties right in front of me. I can now select any property, and I've got more information right here. Notice that I can search for properties that are nearby in the location. I can go into the map, and I can search where I'm at. I can notice that anything in red is a pre-foreclosure. There's a house for $439,000. As I've selected that 460, the distressed, you can see it at the bottom. If I select the 460, it's going to show up at the bottom, and when I click on that, I now have access to all the information. You can see right on the picture, I can do a 360-degree Google view. I can look at an air view, and I can look at multiple pictures of the property. All of the data and information is right there for me. I mean, it's like having the MLS on steroids right in the palm of your hand. And, for many of you on the call, and I don't know how old you are or how long you've been in the MLS, I started out in 1978, as I mentioned. We had a 3-ring binder, and every 2 weeks we got an update, and that was our new listings. And there were agents who just would spend an entire day trying to keep their 3-ring binder updated. I mean, I never did. I just tried to learn the inventory. And then we went to a bound book, and then we had to get rid of the book, and we had horrible verbal disputes at our board, and people were violent and upset because they didn't want to get rid of the MLS book. You can't get rid of the MLS book. And then we go to the computer, and it's like the book goes away. We have a dial-up modem. Then we go to the internet, and now we have the mobile phone. And now it's like you have the MLS book times 100 with all the data and details. I have access to schools. I have tax information, sometimes mortgage information. And look at this feature down here. I love to show this in class. I can select notes, and now I can add a note and I use Siri. So when the box on the left says add a note, I select that and I just dictate through Siri. On add a picture, if a customer, or if I should back up because it's my client, right? I'm working with the buyer. So if I'm showing my client a property and the seller or the seller's agent has left some collateral there, like a survey or utility cost, I just select add photo, take a picture of the utility cost or the survey, and that photo attaches to that record in your RPR. It doesn't go in anyone else's RPR. So now I've got any kind of information the seller has left there for us. If I think my buyers like this property, I'm going to take a picture of that information. I'm going to maybe take notes. I can even add a voice memo and use that attaches to that property. And by the way, I use the voice memo. It's awesome when I'm listing property because I select the voice memo and I take notes while I'm walking through the property when I'm listing it, and I'm using my electronic tape measure. I can read the tape, the dimensions, mention other interesting characteristics and features about the property. And then when I get back to my office to type up the listing and put it in the MLS and prepare my ad copy, I've got all my information. So again, you can add a photo, you can add a note. Right here, you type it in, or as I do, I use Siri, and then you can include those with the report or not. Lots of reports you can do from the mobile phone device. We could do a mini report. We can change sections, and we can download it, email it. And once it's done and we download it, we can even share the report right there if we want to share it through instant message, email, however you want to do that. They get the link, they can open that up, and all the information's there. If you slide your finger to the left on any of those properties when you're out showing property, I can call the agent, I can look at the notes, and I can generate a report. So I'm telling you, there are some really cool things. Just slide your finger to the left and you get the features there. But if you don't have the RPR mobile app on your phone, you've got to go download it the minute we get off the webinar. There is tons of information. It's available for the iPhone, the Google Android. I'm not joking one bit. I use it every day as a real estate professional, probably as much as I do check my email and my instant messaging. It's probably phone, email, instant messaging, and then RPR is how I use the top apps. We also have RPR for tablet, but you can do some really cool things when you're working with buyers. And if you want to ensure a successful buyer's tour, prepare for the buyer's tour. You now know how to conduct a property search in RPR. You know how you can do some searches. I did forget to show you some of the map layers. I'll show you that very quickly. You can create reports and then use RPR on the road. So again, if you need more information, you can go to blog.narrpr.com. We've got the 24/7, 365 days a year help desk phone number. It's right in Omaha, Nebraska. And you can also email them. And let me show you my website address once more. It's mayfieldre.com, mayfieldre.com. You can always contact me and call me there or send me an email. You can also go out to businesstechguy.com. I am at a meeting, and I probably won't have this up till later today, but right here, go to businesstechguy.com. There's my phone number, my email. If you come down here to resources and RPR, I'll post this video of today's webinar right here at the top. Okay, so you can check it out right there. Now, just to show you very quickly, when we were in the map feature, I'm going to go back over here to the map, bigger map. I forgot to show you that down below there are what we call some heat overlays. And so you can do some really cool things by showing what's going on in the neighborhood by using the heat overlays. You can look at flood zones. You can look at a wide variety of options there. So lots of searching. I use this big map. I'm using the heat overlays. I'm doing some really cool things with RPR. I love it. And if you need help, I'm serious. Email me, give me a call. I'll be glad to help you in any way. There is no extra charge. I just love to add value and help people out. And I think it's an awesome tool. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar. Have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope you go out and list yourself something today. Thanks so much again for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.